Okay, so in this short video, I just want to make note of a couple of different features on the course homepage. So if this is your first English class and first online class, the course homepage might, be a little intimidating, but there's nothing to be scared of. Everything on here is there to help you succeed in the class. So on the course homepage, we have a couple of different features that I just want to draw your attention to. In the corner here is the final exam location. So if you are writing outside of Regina, you want to make sure that you select your exam location within that first couple of weeks of classes. If you don't select your exam location, the default place to write your exam will be on campus in Regina. So just be aware that that's your option to select your location at the beginning of term. A couple things here. So this is the communication center. So this is where you find your course email and a couple of other features. So the news forum, you won't be using this one a lot. If I might use it if I need to make an announcement to the class and I want everybody to pay attention to the announcement. I don't use this feature a lot. I usually just send a mass email out to the whole class, but occasionally I might make an announcement, and that's where I would do that. The course email, so this is where you would send me a direct message to my email, and we'll just click in here for a minute. It works just the same as any other email platform, so it should be pretty easy to navigate. Yours might look a little bit different, but again, if you want to write a message, click on New Message, and then under Recipients, so who do you want to receive your email? You might have some options here. I have access to every student in the class. You may or may not, I'm not 100% sure, but you definitely can send me an email through this course email option. Again, write your subject in and the content of your email. And then if you wanted to send me, a draft of your essay or any kind of other document, you could attach it here and then push send, and I would receive that. In the course syllabus, you'll note I usually respond within 24 hours. So yeah, if I'm not responding within that 24 hours, you could either try again or try my Hotmail account. Because if I'm not responding, there must be something wrong, usually within that 24-hour period. Oops, we'll just forget that. Okay, so that's basically it for course email, but that's probably the most direct way of getting a hold of me. Another way, just on the course homepage, is Messenger. So you could also send me just a quick little message with this icon at the very top bar on the course homepage. The Ask Your Instructor forum. So this is a public forum, meaning everybody in the class can read the question that you post and see my answer. So again, if you have a very general question about the course or a question that you think a lot of other students will probably have the same question and you want some clarification from me, you can add a new discussion topic in the Ask Your Instructor forum, and everybody can see the response and see this posting. So again, if you have a general question, it's not a bad idea to use this option. But if you have a more personal question, it's best to use the course email and direct message me that way. The Peer Technical Support Forum. So if you have any technical issues that you can't access, you can't add to the discussion forum, or you've tried to email and it's not working, then you would ask the Peer Technical Support Forum. The IT team there will answer any questions that you might have. There's also an English 100 chat room, and I'm going to use this as office hours. So for that day, so Tuesdays from 7 to 8 p.m., I'm going to log in to the chat room, or the teaching assistant is going to, and we'll be in there for that hour. And if anybody else wants to enter the chat room and ask questions to one of us, that's great. If that's not a convenient time for you, say if you're working or have an evening engagement, just send me an email, and that's basically, again, within 24 hours you'll get a response. So if we just scroll down here, you'll again be introduced to the components of lectures. So start here. This is our introduction to the class. Some of these features are hidden from you. I'm the instructor, so I get to see everything on the course, but again, you get to see what's important for you. There's a little course orientation, again, to help you navigate the course homepage. You'll find the syllabus, a short Meet Your Instructor video that I recorded, as well as a couple of other features. In the Introduce Yourself forum, you'll be asked to, again, add a forum post. And again, the whole class can read these, so just don't say anything too personal. Just be aware that this is information that you want everybody to know about. So introduce yourself, tell us your name, where you're from, your program or career goals, interests, what you did this summer, and if you have a favorite book, author, film, or whatever else you want to talk to the class about. Just add a new discussion topic, and then your response will be posted in this discussion forum. It's a good way to introduce yourself to the rest of the class. And then when we get to September 9th to 27th, we'll be dealing with our short story unit. And when the dates change, we'll move into new units, and they'll become visible further down on the page. So you should only see this unit 1 for now, but as the course goes on, more materials will be posted. You can also close these by just clicking on the little arrow. So once a unit is complete, it just sort of cleans up your course page. So that's one thing. Other things, so yeah, you can follow the instructions for the unit. When you click on lectures, so if there's a little book icon, that means there's multiple chapters. So I've recorded videos, and there's different content, and you'll see there's a table of contents on the side. So these are all the sort of different chapters within the lectures, and each one will have a video or some questions along with it. So it's still loading, but there should be a video here. Just takes a few minutes. So again, you can push play and watch the video that way. We'll just push pause for a second here. There's other features, so you can, in settings, change the speed. So if you find I'm too slow a talker, or you only have a little bit of time to listen to the video, you can always set it at slightly faster than normal, and the video will play faster. So that's just a little tip if you are finding the talking too slow, or you want to get through the material more quickly. Other things, so if you click in here, sometimes there'll be study questions. You don't have to answer these. These are just for your own benefit, to make sure that you understand the stories and follow along with what I'm talking about in the lectures. On the final exam, I'm going to pull from these study questions, and they're going to sort of inspire the questions that I ask. So it is a good idea to sort of think about these questions while you're reading or while you're watching the lectures, and make sure that you can answer them confidently if you were asked that question. So it's just a good idea to maybe take a little take some notes about these questions when you're reading or when you're watching the lectures. So for each lecture video, there are these questions. So just something to keep in mind in terms of your studying and how you're going through the lecture materials. Okay, and then other than that, there's a key term or a little quiz here, literary term self quiz. Again, it's not marked, it's for your own self check. And you can just review the lecture materials and the key literary terms and do a little self quiz. In the lectures for the basics of essay writing, again, there's a lot of strong content that'll help you write your essays. So again, go through this in your own time, read through the different chapters in the table of contents, and make notes as you go. And then, so there's some grammar review as well. And then finally, when we get to September 29th, that's when your first essay is due. And right here, this little icon, this is called Turnitin, and it's the location on the course homepage where you get to upload your paper. So there's a description here of the final exam. It's kind of all squished, but if you click in here, you should get the full description of what the essay is asking you to do. You have options, so each of these is a possible topic that you can pick one of, and then you'll write your paper, and then wherever your name is, you'll probably just see your own name. You should have the option to upload. As the instructor, I don't have the little icon, but hold on, let me just pause this for a second and let me see if I can show you what I mean. Okay, it won't show the option here, but usually there's a little cloud with an arrow on it, and you click on it, and then it allows you to drag and drop your essay directly into and upload it through this application. I think I'm not allowed to do that just because I'm the instructor and not a student, but you should have that option. And if you have any trouble doing that, you can always email me your paper. But if you do it, there'll be a little cloud and a little arrow, and you click on that, and it'll walk you through how to submit your paper through the Turnitin option. And then you'll notice when it uploads, there'll be a little report that'll give you a percentage. So it might say, 16%, it might say 27%, it might say 50%. That's just the Turnitin application doing a comparison plagiarism check with other papers online. And, the similarity reports checks for how similar your paper is to other materials online. So I wouldn't be that concerned with whatever number it is that you get unless it was, 75% or over. Then I would start getting, a little bit suspicious that, you're too much of the content of the paper that you submitted is similar to other ones online. But I haven't had too much trouble with that. If it is, too high, I'll probably send you an email and ask you why that is, and possibly even ask you to redo the paper if there was some concern with plagiarism. But again, your originality report, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. The pending status, so you might see the pending status when you try uploading your paper. Again, it might take a couple of minutes. Usually it says typically 20 minutes or less for it to upload. But again, if you still see pending after 20 minutes, that means there's an issue, and you might want to just email it to me just in case it didn't get submitted. That's all for Turnitin. Yeah, so that's basically it. So for Unit 1, so from this first month of September, we'll be dealing with the content in Unit 1. And again, at your own pace, you can go through the materials, do the readings, and eventually write your essay number 1. Feel free again to email me throughout that time if you have any questions. If you want me to read a little piece of your writing, like I'm happy to read an introduction or a thesis statement. So you can send that to me through the course email, and I'll remind you closer to the essay date that I'm available to do that. But that's basically it for the course homepage. It's pretty straightforward, nothing to be scared of, and I hope you find the materials engaging and informative.